Okay, Project Bandit, part 22, phase 3. You get the picture. Mudguard. Right, Mudguard. This is the next bit. Obviously moving forward with this, I really want to get this thing finished before the end of the season. And the Mudguard today is going to be the slimmest thing possible. This is a little donation from a good friend, Johnny Cactus Zero. And JC sent me this because he doesn't need it anymore. He made it for his Bonneville, but decided not to use it. So as you do with these bits that go under the bench, you kind of share them out and so on, and you spread them around. We all do it, and that is his. So thanks, JC. Appreciate it, mate. That is a great little bit of kit. Nicely made too, mate. Take a look at that. It's kind of fiberglass on the inside. Took it as a mould off the standard Bonneville mudguard, so kind of just made it by using the standard one. Guess I could have done the same, but a gift from a friend is $1 million. Right, so this is going to go over the top. If you have a look on the Bandit, you get this. Your standard mudguard is this big, massive hoof thing, like a big sports bike thing, and it all comes attached to this 1/4 or what is that, 3 or 4 mil thick aluminium plate, which is bolts between the forks and acts as a fork brace, which is great because that's excellent. It does make the handling a bit better. And all I'm going to do with it, rather than trying to find a way of fitting it too close like that, because it's too close for what is effectively knobblies, you need a mudguard higher. I did think a little bit like this, doing the whole changeling thing, but everything's done that before. All that sort of thing's been done before, but all I'm going to do is poke it down on top of there. As simple as that. It's going to go mounted straight to the top of this, so it will do the job. Gives it a great mount point, and we're going to match the design of this in with the tank cover, so it's going to be holes, bolts and so on. So there we are. That's it. First thing, take the brace off. As the saying goes, stick around and stay tuned, see what happens. Right, in the finest tradition, measure twice, cut once. I'm just going to measure where I want it to sit, because it's quite short, it's only about 1 foot long, so it's whether it goes, obviously it's not long enough to, I want it about there, alright, don't you, Pen?
Mm-hmm.
Guessing? I reckon there. So,
yep.
As we've got the 4 holes in the plate to match up by, all I'm going to do is put a little measure either side, whoops, of how far forward that needs to be. Yay, covered. Right, that's it. Okay, the best measure is always by eye to start with, because if it looks straight, it generally is. I've got 4 holes in the plate, they're going to obviously be square, so holding the 2 marks that I measured square, I reckon 2 mount holes for it, straight on there. Just for safe, just measure equidistant, exactly 60 mil, and from the other side 61 mil. So that is,
You got weird eyes.
1 mil to the left. I've said often, this is 1 mil to the left. There we are. Right, good thing with this being fiberglass, you don't need to centre punch it with a big heavy punch. Just go in there. And the second one. Okay, 2 8mm holes, big fat mount bolts. Now, this way on them. Perfect. Hole's done. Okay, now just where we are so far. 2 mounting bolts through there and through there, but they run a bit too close to the tyre, so they need to be about there, just barely enough to get a full nut on. So I'm going to space them off there by putting a spacer nut and actually make a point or make a feature of that bolt sticking up, because I'm going to do bolts all the way along. So to get, this is how these things progress. That's the only bolt I've got. It hasn't got a thread all the way up, otherwise I could spin that 8mm nut all the way on, all the way to the top, and that form a spacer. But I can't spin it all the way to the top because that part there is not threaded. And rather than messing about threading that all the way to the top, all I'm going to do is take these little nuts and I'm just going to drill the thread out so that they just drop straight on with an 8mm drill bit. Switch it on, Penny. Cut. That's now disappeared.
Oops.
At the bottom of the bench. And and you thought these outtakes were contrived, honestly. And that should go all the way to the end.
I got that. Sorry.
There we are, all the way to the end. Right, let's do the other one. Far easier just to drill out the thread than it is to mess about trying to cut a thread. So it goes all the way down. Path of least resistance, citizens. And now it should be. There you go. Only tight fingers. And this time I'll pick it up with some pliers. There we go. That's that job jobbed. Okay. You know you've measured it right when all the holes line up. There we go. Now, check that clearance pin. Clearance under there is about 10mm, and they'll nut up a bit closer yet, so we'll have about 12mm. Yeah, good 12mm clearance, which is plenty. You're not going to get any expansion of the tyre. My name is not Bert Munro. There'll be no circumference. Right, otherwise I'll do what Bert did and just cut the knobbles off with the Stanley knife. Right, now all I've got to do, that's the... I can now call that done. That's a mudguard. What? You right, Pen? Find the box. Take my shoulders off. Yeah, that's it done now. So that's the fabrication. That will fit. I can bolt it on. There's a mudguard, but it doesn't fit in with the project theme. So that we can call a dry build of that bit. Now what I do is match it in with some more holes. Right, holes along the spine. 55mm. 55, 55, that's it I reckon. And I reckon it should take us to there. Doesn't need another one, does it? You're not going to get it anyway. No, 55 is right on the end. Oh well, here we are. Cool, right. Measure them for holes in the middle. Okay. The drill bit touched down. Okay. That smells nice, doesn't it? Fiberglass. Okay, right. It's a little dry fit. Penny thinks we don't need to bore the holes around the side.
Nope.
Because less is more, I think you said.
It's just too small to have too much detail.
What do you reckon?
I know
Better like
exactly what we need to do.
What? Stop monkeying about.
Yeah, stop monkeying about, monkey boy.
Right.
I know what we need to do.
I reckon that. Just get a bounce on it. Just give it an idea of. And then just scrim it maybe. What about scrim?
That was my idea.
Go on then.
You need to scrim it.
Yep.
Black it out.
And then do the
and
silver
then
thing.
Blob it with silver.
What, like Kirsty Allsop blob it?
Yeah.
Cool, I like that.
So that brings the back to match the front. Although it is a rat bike, but it will look
see.
tied in.
Tied in.
Right, let's get some scrim.
Okay, scrim baby. Scrim. We love scrim. Got some left here. Here's some scrim we had earlier. Actually got plenty, haven't we? Look at that. Got plenty there, that'll be fine. Always have scrim in the garage just in case. Use quite a bit because scrim just breathes in this stuff. This is what we had left over from the tail project, although we got from Trago Mills. Just going to whack a load of hardener in so it goes off nice and quick.
God, I love that smell. It's lovely.
You're a sick puppy. There we go. Mixed up quick. Right. I haven't got a brush, so use what you have.
A bit of kitchen towel.
Absolutely. Literally just going to spread it over. Oh, JC's probably thinking, what the fuck are you doing to my mud guard? You'll see, big boy. Just a coat over it first of all. For the scrim to stick to. Nice all over wet coat. Right. Then scrim and mundo. And this will just stick straight to it. Look at that, it's already just devoured it. Stretching it over because I don't want it too much build on it. Quite stretched. I just want to give it. Good thing with scrim, it stretches quite well. Picks up all the contours without any kinking. Just pick the rest of that up. And soak it up. Previous experience of using this stuff with scrim, it's just incredible how much you need. Whatever fluid you're putting on the scrim, being cotton, it just breathes it in. And I don't want it too prominent, so I'm just going to bury it under lots. Alright, we're going to leave this now overnight to dry. Fiberglass does set with the hardener, but it will still be sticky all this evening and it will be all up everywhere. Also, I want to paint that, and I can't paint it until it's gone completely set, and that will be tomorrow. So this weekend you're going to have 2 videos. It's Saturday night now. Penny needs a drink, don't you? So we're going to out for a beer. That's it for tonight. We're going to do another one tomorrow. So in 24 hours there'll be another one where we finish this. Just going to bolt it to the plate, paint the whole thing, and bolt it on the bike. That's the mudguard done. Last thing then is the lights, and we are seriously looking like we're done. And I'll tell you all about this tomorrow as well, what we're doing with that. So there we are. If you haven't seen Johnny Cactus Zero, Johnny Cactus made this. He's a good friend of mine, a very good friend of mine. If you give him a look, Johnny Cactus Zero, if you haven't subscribed, why not? Get over there, subscribe, see what he does. He builds bikes the same as we do, and that's what it's all about, spreading the love. Take it easy, ride safe. We will see you tomorrow for the next one.